Hi, and welcome to the Lisa Nichols Show, where I share the tools that you and I both need to live the life that we want to achieve, to have the joy, to have the authenticity, to have the memories that we deserve to have. I love reading your comments and seeing you engage together. All the episodes, all the conversations, all the connections. I love seeing it. Recently, someone commented, listen, I'm new in the network marketing profession. My sponsor is 2 years ahead of me and in the business like me. She's also new into the business like I am. What should I do if I feel like she's using my ideas without giving me credit? So first of all, thank you so much for the question. And just to create the general question, what do you do when you feel like someone's using your content, right? So first of all, know that when we build a business, it truly becomes a part of us. We want to see it thrive. We want it to get everything it's supposed to get. We literally put everything into it. I'm very strategic about who I choose to work with. But here's the thing to realize. Content, great content about business, about product development, about finances, it will be used across the board. I think I just started very early on because I'm in the information business. I started very early on realizing that many people are going to use the information that I put out there. No one can use it and deliver it like me, though. No one can deliver content like you. We're all learning some of the same things. There's only so many ways you can say, be motivated, be inspired, be transformed, but no one can say it like you will do it. I want to share with you a few suggestions for moving forward that you can apply to any business relationship, especially when you feel like there's some unspoken conflict, or even if it's something that you choose to speak on. Number one, talk to the person about it. Talk to her or talk to him. Have a dignified conversation. Now, I gotta say that some of the most difficult conversations end up opening a door for new relationships, for new clarity, as long as you enter the conversation with the intention to leave the other person's dignity intact. That means there doesn't have to be a make wrong. It's a new learning for us to understand that in order for us to have solution to conflict, we don't have to identify who's wrong and who's right. We get to have two different points of view. We also get to arrive to the same ending with two different paths. So many times I've delivered content and I've heard my content delivered again by someone else. Number one, I choose to take it as a compliment. If my content was so effective, so powerful enough that someone chooses to use it, and I'm not the individual that actually needs to get credit. I've heard this so many times. Lisa, if you want to say that again, say it as long as you give me credit for it. I don't need other people to market my contribution to the planet. Like, if it's a value, use it. So number one, have a clarifying conversation. And then before you have the conversation, ask yourself, if someone uses content of mine, why does it bother me? Oftentimes, it bothers you from a place of fear. I'm afraid that they're going to grow without me, or from a place of lack of acknowledgement. Do you want to be acknowledged for it? Is that important to you? And so understand why it's bothering you. Number two, decide if the partnership is something you want to continue. Literally, you get to decide. You only want to play with people who want to play with you. You only want to play with people who, when you play with them, it feels good to you and for you. And so decide, do you want to be inside this partnership? And if the decision is yes, and oh, by the way, this is for relationships as well. So if you're complaining about a relationship, make the decision. Do you want to be in the relationship? And the answer could be three things. You have three different options. Yes, I want to be in it. Okay, great. Let's make it work. The second answer is yes, but it needs some adjustments. Then say yes, and then ask for what you need. Most of your irritation inside of a partnership or a relationship stems from unmet expectations. And the reason why you have unmet expectations is because you probably, one or two things, you haven't voiced the desire, or two, the expectation in and of itself isn't a fair expectation. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to have it. It doesn't feel good to have it placed on someone. So you decide, whichever one that is. So number 2 is to decide if this partnership is something that you want to continue. And then the third choice is, no, I don't want the partnership anymore. I don't want the relationship anymore. And if that's the case, then complete the relationship. Notice I said complete, not end. I don't like the term like in a partnership, we ended the partnership. We completed the partnership. In a relationship, I don't like the term we broke up. I'm not broken. You're not broken. We're 2 whole individuals. I like that the relationship is complete. Even if it's a romantic relationship, a friend relationship, a family relationship. So those 3 different buckets. Yes, I want it. Then you want to fight for it and figure out how to make it work. Yes, I want it, but I need to make some adjustments. Find out what that conversation needs to look like. It might be ugly. It might be messy. It might be hairy. It might be scary, but it's necessary. And have the conversation with no right or wrong. Just my experience, your experience. Then the third option is I want to complete the relationship. And then 3, ask yourself again, why is this so important to you? What are you making it mean? So often we have so many strong feelings about something, but it's coming from a past experience. I know that whenever people dismiss me, and I didn't even figure this out for so many years, whenever I felt like people were dismissing me, like they were dishonoring my contribution or they were belittling me inside of a meeting, I would get so triggered, like, ugh. And I would get mad at a level where I'm like, where did that come from? A lot of times, many of the times, it really wasn't about the person in front of me. They were just triggering an old experience. They were triggering an old void, an old need, an old hurt. They were digging in an old wound without knowing it. So I had to go back to the wound. Don't worry about the person that's triggering you. Go back to the wound. Why am I getting triggered? Why am I so angry? Why do I feel so hurt if someone feels like they're dismissing me? I realized it came way back from being in college and being told I wasn't smart, failing out of my freshman year of college, struggling through my last year of high school, my junior year. It was being told that I was the weakest writer my English teacher had ever met in her entire life. It was being told that I wasn't good in job after job after job in my 20s. I was still reacting to that in my late 30s and my 40s until I went back and I did the work to heal that part of my journey. I can't erase it. It's always there, but I can heal the wound. I can work on the wound. And so ask yourself, what is it bringing up for you? Where's the old history that it's reactivating in you? One thing I always tell my students is to decide what your non-negotiables are. And decide what you're no longer available for, but also decide where you can grow. Decide what you're willing to fight for, not just the relationship outside of yourself, but what are you willing to fight for inside of, I don't want this behavior to interrupt my future. If you're in a business and you're in a partnership, you have a great opportunity. You have a great opportunity to grow in that partnership, to expand. You got a great opportunity to modify some things so that you can grow, or you have a great opportunity to complete the relationship so you can go on and grow on your own. Either way, it's a great opportunity. In summary, here are some of my suggestions if you feel like someone is using your ideas without giving you proper credit. Be direct and communicate your feelings with them. Decide if this partnership is something you want to continue. And ask yourself, why is this important to you? And what are you making it mean? What meaning are you assigning to this experience? Now remember, this show is not just a monologue. It's a dialogue. I love to hear from you. Your comments mean so much to me. We're in a relationship. So leave a comment below and let me know how this particular episode supports you in your business relationships or in your personal relationship. What was the aha for you? Or what was a BOL, breakthrough out loud? Or what was a great reminder? Type your comments below. I actually sit in bed at night and I actually read them. After all, this is your home and we are your tribe. And I'm your sister in prosperity and in possibility. And when I say that I believe in you and that I love you, I don't just say it just as an ending to my episodes. I say it because I do. I hope to see you real soon. Check out the next episode. There's some juicy, delicious stuff in it.